Chelsea owner Todd Boehly caused a stir at the weekend after entering the dressing room to give a speech to players after the defeat to Brighton. Arsenal legend Arsene Wenger has advised managers to insert a clause into their contract to prevent club owners from saying anything in the dressing room after matches following Todd Boehly's antics over the past week at Chelsea. The Blues are ending the season on a whimper following Graham Potter's dismissal, with Frank Lampard losing all 4 games he's taken charge of so far. On either side of defeats to Real Madrid, Chelsea were beaten in the league by both Wolves and Brighton. It was the loss at home to Brighton last weekend that prompted Boehly to make a reported unexpected appearance in the Chelsea dressing room, where he gave a speech to the players. And it's been reported that Boehly once again made a brief visit to the Chelsea players following their Champions League exit on Tuesday evening. While Lampard insists he has no problem with the club owner stepping in to address the team, Wenger takes a different stance and insists he would never let it happen during his managerial career. When asked by Richard Keys on beIN Sports whether he'd put up with an owner going into the dressing room, he said, "No, I wouldn't. That was always clear in my mind, and I put always that in my contract. The advice that I give to young coaches on a new contract is make sure what is important to you, put that clearly in your contract. That you are the only one. No one can buy a player without your agreement, nobody can interfere with the team, and you are sole responsible to manage the team. After that, you stand in a different way, because usually when a club wants you, you're in a strong position. Once you've lost 3 games and you want to put that in the contract, it's already more difficult," he added. "I don't believe in these kind of things, because if I am paid to motivate the team, to manage the team, I do not want somebody else to do my job." It happened many times where the president goes in the dressing room and doesn't talk well at all, but the team wins because it is a good team, and he thinks after because he spoke to them. It is not always a consequence of their speech, it's most of the time a consequence of the quality of the team. Wenger went on to admit that he's worried for Chelsea due to what he considers as bad investment in the first year under the club's new owners. "I prefer that somebody invests £500 million and then 5 years £100 million, because you can really change the team," he said. "But if you don't invest well, the £500 million, then you have a real problem for the future. They haven't invested well, and that is basically their problem today. They still have the same weaknesses they had before. They do not score enough goals. They have a lot of possession but not a lot of conversion of their chances to score goals. I believe as well, when you sign players for 8 years, it's good for FFP because it can amortize the transfer over 8 years. But if the player is not right, you have to pay the player for 8 years. It's a massive risk.